Good morning, my able director, Sir Emeka Nwokedi. Thank you so much, sir, for granting us this interview. Sir, we know that you're a legendary conductor. You've conducted many works ranging from African music to Western music, and you've traveled all around the world conducting and taking choirs all over the world. We thank you, and we thank you for this interview. Sir, please, we would like for you to shed more light on our topic, which is the infusion of indigenous music into Western culture, into Western styled compositions. So my first question is, how do you conduct a piece that is of Nigerian origin, but written on staff notation, which is something that we get from the Western world? How do you study the piece well enough to be able to interpret it in your conducting techniques?
Thank you. To start with, the music, Nigerian music, or the Nigerian music, yes, has a peculiar way. First of all, the music we talk about is written by Nigerians. And how they write it? These are Nigerians who have studied music abroad or studied music formally. And there is no other way of putting these things down. Way of putting these things down. The only way, as of now, we haven't developed our own notation. So the music composed is a transfer from the knowledge of Western music. Then you use your knowledge of Western music to write music in Africa. Okay?
Yes, sir.
A little difference. We have differences like the rhythmic difference, the language difference. In composing African languages, the melody is really determined by the contour of the melody. So you follow it. The rhythm of African music is also different. But again, the composition technique is more or less the same thing, because when you conduct or when you compose, you use all elements of composition. Most of the time also they use Western harmony in composing, though there is also a peculiarity of African harmony and all that. So it's actually the knowledge of the Western music that is transferred into composing the art music. The difference now lies in the rhythmic patterns, in the language, in the structure, the general structure. So as a conductor, first of all, you have known the basic conducting technique of the Western music in different patterns. Transferred it to African music now. Like I said, there are differences in African and Western music. There is a difference in melody, rhythmic pattern. The African music is more complex rhythmically. So you do not really compose. Well, there are a lot of similarities in technique of composition. Okay, so but now conducting it, you do not conduct it strictly like you conduct the Western music. You have to take into consideration the rhythm. You have to take into consideration the melody and other things. First, you follow strictly the melody, how the melody goes. Okay, and is this 6/8? Is it 12/8? Is it? Then there are a lot of dance movements in African music conducting. You do not stand static and conduct African music. You have to make some movements. Okay? You have to. In also singing African music, you do not stand. You must also do some movements. So, as a matter of fact, it's the conductor that introduces the movement. You know, the conductor will start or do move to the left or do move to the right, all kind of movement. So the conductor in African music doesn't just stand static. You have to move. You have to move. You have to move to make it lively. Because after music is generally very lively. It doesn't have dull moment. So you have to really, as a conductor of African music, you have to be lively. You have to generate life into the music. It all comes from you, okay? It's not how you just beat 5/4/4. You conduct it with a swing, with a swing. As a matter of fact, once I was at a workshop in UK, every conductor was required to teach a song from his homeland. So I taught a song from Nigeria. And, everybody sang it. And I told them, okay, you have to dance. So they all came to me to ask, please teach us how to conduct the African music. So, and I said, look, it's not something that is static. It moves, it's lively. So, it doesn't mean that you will also throw away the basic pattern of conducting. You will use that, but you add liveliness into it. That is the difference. The rhythm, you have to show the rhythm, you have to show the dynamics also, but generally, conducting African music, you have to be lively, not dull, okay?
Yes, sir.
So that's what I know the difference. That's what I said about the difference between conducting the African music and the Western music. They are correlated. They're correlated, but because you still have to keep mostly the pattern of the beat. Is it 4/4? You have to keep it. Is it triple time? You have to keep it. Is it, and also that there's a lot of rhythmic change in African music. You can start with a 3/8. It may go to other rhythmic patterns or other time signatures. So you have to bear that in mind. When it changes, you follow the change.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's about what I can say about conducting the African music. Yes, it's really something you have to be aware of, conscious of.
Yes.
That it's not exactly the same way you conduct the Western music that you conduct the African music. African music has a lot of life. You have to follow the rhythm. You have to make it lively for people to enjoy it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
We really appreciate this. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you for everything. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.